It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sport. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the last game for Atlanta, it was a win against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. A terrific underdog win in that last game. They're feeling good, looking to keep it up tonight.
We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground. Even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot.
Defender was spinning around like an agitator in the washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Teague kicks to Horford. Can't convert after the good screen.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs a new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
Here's Horford after Pau Gasol's bucket. Outside Teague. Back to Hardaway. Gets a very good look and converts. And here's Smith. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando. Outside Rose. And there's the feed to Gasol. Drummond passes to Young. Smith outside. Off target with his 3. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Here is Rose, following the basket by Al Horford. Drummond a screen. Double team on Rose. Off the screen. And Gasol with the dunk.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throw tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The Hawks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Now here's Gasol. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Magic in Orlando. Now here is Cephalosha, defended by Young. Takes the three. They get it again. Bulls have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the open.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Here's Teague after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Hardaway against Smith. Teague dishes to Horford. Cephalosha kicks to Teague. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Cephalosha's shot is good.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Now here's Rose. 29 points for him last game against Orlando. He feeds it to Smith. Puts it up. Rebound by the Hawks.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
From the wing, the rebound by Young.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And Rose, wide open, he shoots. And that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. Pass to Millsap. Rebound by Rose.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Screen by Smith. Rose kicks to Gasol. From down in the low post, it goes. Gasol's got 6. The Hawks trail it. Pass to Cephalosha. Back to Teague. Cephalosha with it. With the fadeaway. And that one's good. Millsap. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Gasol. It's rebounded by Teague. Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Mike Budenholzer. Doris?
One player he said he's worried about in this game is Pau Gasol. He said with his length and touch, it's really hard to bother that shot. We're going to try to be physical with him, body him up early, and deny him position. And guys, that's what a lot of teams try with Gasol. Force him to really battle through contact. We'll see how it works.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Smith. Following the basket by Paul Millsap. Nice shot by Smith.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Teague kicks to Cephalosha. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Al Horford. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging around 26 points per, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
Chicago making a switch here. Splitters checked in. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. Atlanta again missing. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the third player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Now here is Sefolosha. Can't get the putback. The Bulls have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And here's Young from the arc. Another miss by Young.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display. And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick, was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And he makes the first. Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, and hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Nick Young. Tony Snell's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Derrick Rose. Now, here's Clarkson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. That's good. And the Bulls lead by 2.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Here's Matt after the basket by Nikola Mirotic, and that one's good. Millsap. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Now, here's Clarkson. Gibson the screen. The dish to Mirotic, but 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Here's Matt. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Ritter passes to Scott. Drops in the layup for 2. Scott's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Now, here's Clarkson. Inside, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. You look at Chicago. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, the Atlanta Hawks right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
That's for sure. I mean, expectations were high for these guys, and they've more than lived up to the hype.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. Folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Here's Holiday. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
From deep. The shot no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. That's good. And the Bulls lead by 1.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Atlanta calls timeout. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Here's Millsap after the basket by Nikola Mirotic. Feeds to Schroeder. Lets the three fly. Chicago grabs the miss.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for? Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Holiday against Mirotic. It's deflected. Near the three-point line, it's Millsap. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Millsap's got 13 points.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for the Hawks. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Mirotic. Scott pulls it in. The Hawks trailing. Here's Bazemore. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Now here's Schroeder. Splitter covering. Scott. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Scott's got his second basket of the game. Chicago has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. No good. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Hawks shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. .11 seconds left to play here in the first. Now Schroeder. Bazemore for 3, and it's blocked by Mirotic. Can't get it to go. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Hawks on top. They're up by 1. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game has been, you know, we can beat any team in this league. You know, if we work together and, you know, put everything into play, and, you know, we'll be all right. And that's the kind of attitude we've been having. You know, that's the attitude we have to keep.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a way.
return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep the crowd quiet, though, Greg. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Teague out there with Kent Bazemore. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha. Then there's Horford. And it's Scott in at the four-man position. Rose kicks to Gasol. Baseline jumper. That one off the back iron and out. The Hawks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Dishes to Horford. The pass to Teague. Picked by Horford. Teague kicks to Horford. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Clarkie talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Horford kicks to Teague. Pass to Sefolosha. Takes a three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Drummond. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Atlanta making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Scott with a screen on Young. Teague with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Horford, good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Scott against Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. And again, Chicago, no good.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Gasol dishes to Drummond. Smith the pass to Drummond. And Young kicks to Smith. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Rose. Money from the wing. Rose has got 10. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Hardaway kicks to Teague. And here is Sefolosha. Outside Teague. Here's a good screen. Hardaway against Smith. From deep three-point range, and Tim Hardaway Jr. with the three. Hardaway has got his second basket of the game. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Young kicks to Rose. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Picked by Horford. Hardaway dishes to Scott. Back to Hardaway. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hardaway has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Hawks. Outside Rose. Gasol up top. Pulls up on the elbow. Rebounded by Hardaway. The Hawks leading by 4. Kicks it to Horford. He dishes it to T. All sorts of time. Scott can't get it to go.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Rose against T. Gasol a screen. Rose passes to Gasol. Fades back. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Teague drives in. He kicks to Hardaway. The Hawks working the ball around. That's a 2 from Sefolosha. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Sefolosha's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. The feed to Gasol. Here's Drummond, and he dunks it down.
Man, he's just going all out to get the 2nd chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Hardaway against Smith. Sefolosha kicks to Hardaway. From 18 feet away, jump shot is good. Hardaway has got the lead up to 4 now for Atlanta.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Chicago calls timeout. We get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. 4th, the Bulls.
You know, I don't think all the time that defensive-minded teams get the credit they deserve. And sometimes I think that teams like this aren't as exciting to watch. But you know what? It's effective. Limiting your opponent's points goes a long way towards giving you the results you're looking for.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Atlanta also making some changes here. Paul Millsap is checked in for Mike Scott. Mack comes in for Sefolosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That's foul number 2 for him. Hawks making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Bulls trail by 4. Clarkson with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Wright. He feeds it to Gibson. There's the dish to Snell. Soft touch off the glass.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Here's Mack. Back to Millsap. Shot clock at 6. That's good. Millsap's got 15 points.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
To the left side wing. And Wright pitch to Snell. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Schroeder, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Mack, no luck. Chicago trailing here. And right, here we go. Here's Clarkson. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Hawks have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Out to the right wing. Pass to Horford. Outside Holiday. And that is good.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Clarkson dishes to Snell. Feeds it to Splitter. Gibson the screen. Now the pass to Wright. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Schroeder passes to Horford. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Here's Snell. Over to the left wing. Splitter sets a screen. Right outside. 3-pointers. Snell. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
And the technical free throw is good. Mirotic is checked in for Wright. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bazemore is checked in. Millsap a screen. And Holiday kicks it over to Schroeder. Dishes it to Millsap. Shot clock at 6. And he gets it to go. Millsap's got 4 points this quarter.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity. And Dennis Schroeder has drawn some comparisons to Rajon Rondo. Long arms, very quick and athletic. He's awfully tough to keep in front of you, but he's also a guy that can knock down a mid-range jump shot.
Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. And Bazemore kicks to Millsap. Lets it go from 11. And the shot falls short this time.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Clarkson kicks to Splitter. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. The Hawks leading. 58 seconds left now here in the second. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Hawks have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And the technical free throw is good. And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in. On the inbound. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And that one misses. Well, you have to love the energy and the effort given every night by Kent Bazemore, hustling for loose balls. Greg, a lot like he actually runs the floor like a tornado, can handle the ball, the consummate role player.
He really is. And you know, you have to have guys who can be effective without the basketball, Kevin. There's only one out there.
Right.
And you're going to have 5 guys, so you need other areas of the game to be effective. And he focuses on the defense, the rebounding, all those little things that add up to victory.
Bulls trail by 3. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's Rose penetrating.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Now here's Schroeder. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. To the paint. He wants to get the Millsap and does. Shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Hawks lead by 3. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. There was no stopping Paul Millsap in the first half. He ended up with 17 points and 5 rebounds. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie.
Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You know, Paul Millsap has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Young is out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Rose, and it's Smith in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Outside Rose. Gasol, a screen on Teague. And Young, here we go. Good. Young's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Chicago.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Outside Teague, right wing. That's a 2 from Sefolosha. Almost, but it rolls out. The Bulls shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Teague against Young. Outside Gasol. Pass to Drummond. Bulls moving the ball around. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
6 on the shot clock. Now Drummond. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
So a moment now to see the story on Jeff Teague. They've gotten some big performances from him since the All-Star break. Second in three-point field goal percentage. Second in free throw percentage. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And back to your point, I mean, a lot of his effectiveness has to do with mental toughness. It's just hard to force him out of his comfort zone.
Horford sets a screen for Teague. A rebound by Young. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Rose can't hit. For Atlanta, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Teague with the ball. Now Smith defending. And here's Sefolosha for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Gasol passes to Young. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside Teague. Picked by Horford. Teague against Young. Fade away. That's good from Horford on the assist by Teague. Teague's got his 6th assist on the night.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Chicago calls timeout. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Mike Scott's checked in for Al Horford. Here's Smith. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Kicks to Drummond. He dishes it to Rose. Down low. Here's Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Gasol for the lead, and he lays it up and in. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter, and not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
We're looking over there at Greg. He's enjoying every second of it, Clark.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's going to nail it.
Young, right side.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Unloads from 9, and the shot is long.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Hardaway kicks to Millsap. Rebound by Rose. Rose has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Young dishes to Rose. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Hardaway with it, and Young picks him up defensively. A nice shot by Teague. Bulls have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. Rose kicks to Smith. Gasol passes to Rose. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Right, he's checked in for the Bulls. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Max checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. Here's Mack looking for his first basket still in this one. Clock. Here's Scott. A 3-pointer is right on target. Scott's got 7.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside Rose. Outside Gasol. Inside. And Drummond throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Mack, guarded by Wright. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season. Seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Yes, it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 7th assist here tonight. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Mack, guarded by Wright. In the corner, Hardaway with it. No good on the 3. Bulls have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Wright dishes to Rose. For the lead. And again, it's Pau Gasol. Gasol's got 8 points here in this quarter. And Clark, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Teague for 3. Can't get it to go. Chicago leading. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Gibson with the screen on Teague. Off the pick. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Outside Teague. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And we're also seeing that power game on the interior, really just putting on a clinic when you talk about post play.
Free throw good, Teague. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Splitters checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Darrell Wright. And it's Clarkson in for J.R. Smith. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. Off target from outside.
Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim. And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for Teague. And he sinks the second.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Rose, no good. The Hawks trail it. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach his true potential over the course of the regular season.
Gibson setting the pick for Rose. Double team on Rose, and stolen by Horford. Schroeder passes to Scott. He kicks to Schroeder. to the middle. Here's Horford. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Clarkson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out to the wing. And Gibson, here we go. From 13 feet, it goes down. Gibson's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And it's good.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Mirotic, the screen. Rose attacking. Count the bucket. Rose has got 18 points in the game.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Horford kicks it over to Schroeder. Back to Horford. Got a piece of it.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way, no doubt. They've been winning on the backboard.
And here's Clarkson. He has 5. Mirotic gets the bucket.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Outside, Scott to the inside. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
That's good. Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Last season, we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his 2nd season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though, he makes a big difference for him.
Mirotic, the screen. Rose dishes to Mirotic. Back to Rose. Bulls moving the ball around. Gibson. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Works it to Bazemore. They get it back. Chicago's gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Rose with the ball. He's got 18. The feed now to Clarkson. From deep. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. It's all tied in Chicago. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. Back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. The Bulls shooting at 51%. Really solid. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at small forward. Clarkson kicks to Drummond. No good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Teague drives in, drills the elbow jumper. Teague's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Hawks. Chicago trailing here. Clarkson passes to Gasol. The dish to Clarkson. Drummond the screen. Clarkson kicks to Drummond. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
The 3 from Cephalosha. Rebound Andre Drummond. Cephalosha's gone 2 for 7 from the field. Clarkson kicks to Young. Inside. Drummond dishes to Clarkson. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Atlanta.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
And here are the Bulls now. Clarkson passes to Gasol to take the lead. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Gasol's got 10 points in just the second half. Teague left side. Here's Horford. No good. Good D by Drummond. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Good looking screen by Gasol. Clarkson kicks to Young. Good on the triple. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Atlanta again missing. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Gasol's in the post. Millsap covering. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. So we'll see Pau Gasol at the free throw line here. Paul Millsap picks one up. Rose is checked in for Jordan Clarkson.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Horford sets a screen for Teague. To the middle, here's Millsap, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And that's now 21 points for Paul Millsap. The Bulls leading by 6. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. Difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan, and he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Teague against Rose. Drummond with a screen on Teague. Rose dishes to Drummond. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. That's now 8 points for Andre Drummond. The Hawks trail by 6. Outside Teague. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
Shot from 12. It's a big high bounce and goes in.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Smith wide open. He fires. They get the rebound. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 20 points.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy have, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Atlanta calls timeout. Pau Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
Here's Teague. Kicks it to Horford. And it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Rose. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Rose against Teague. Outside Hardaway. Millsap left side. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got 6 assists in the game.
I love the offensive execution on that possession.
And it's Rose penetrating. Rose with another miss. The Hawks trail by 6. Sefolosha passes to Teague. Knocks down the 10-footer. Teague's got 10 points in just the second half.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Chicago calls timeout.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Smith penetrates.
Oh! And you just know you're going to see something miraculous whenever he's in the house.
He's really one of the special athletes we have in this league.
There's much to love about his game, but his athleticism is at the top of the list.
Now here is Sefolosha. He's tightly guarded. Horford no luck.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Rose against Teague. J.R. Smith on the wing. Smith missing again.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Smith against Teague. Millsap a screen on Smith. Teague kicks to Millsap. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for one. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts. Looking at the numbers for Nick Young, 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
The Hawks trail by 9. Outside Hardaway. They set the pick. Pass to Millsap. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Horford. Again, the miss by Horford.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And here we go. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Millsap. 13 points for Teague.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Rose double team. And stolen by Horford. Teague can't hit. The Bulls leading by 7. Smith kicks to Rose. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Yeah, you know, he just appears to lack an edge at times in this game. I mean, he can be too passive and reluctant on the court.
Millsap a screen. Here's Hardaway. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gasol's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Smith kicks to Gasol. Down low, Rose. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Jeff Teague.
What a game for Rose. 22 points and 11 dimes.
And we've all watched him just be an unstoppable force here tonight.
Well, nothing they've done on the defensive end has been able to slow him down. I mean, he's doing exactly what he wants to when he wants to do it.
And he knocks down the first one. And he can't hit the second. The Hawks trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
Got to find something, you're right. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Gasol. The baseline J. Good work defensively by Millsap.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think. I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Rose kicks to Young. Passes to Gasol. From 8, and he gets the bucket. Gasol's got the lead up to 10 now for Chicago.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
And Atlanta has possession, trailing by 10. Teague dishes to Horford, shakes him, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Looking at the game Horford's been having, he has 9 rebounds and the 2 nice steals as well.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
The first free throw is good.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here, aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
So Horford gets 2. The Bulls leading by 8. Young outside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his second personal foul. Nick Young at the line for the Bulls. 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Young. And so Young nails them both.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
The Hawks trail by 10. Hardaway passes to Teague. Back to Hardaway. It's taken away by Smith. And Smith with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Smith's got 4 this quarter.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Millsap a screen. Hardaway kicks to Teague. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Good on the shot.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim. Knew he was going to get hit and still was able to finish.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. The Bulls leading by 9. To the paint. Here's Gasol. And it's good. Up through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot. Gasol doing all sorts of things. He's got 10 rebounds and some big-time point production as well. He's putting on quite a show here in the fourth quarter.
And for this late in the game, his energy level is off the charts.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Teague against Rose. Here's Millsap, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. Millsap's got 10 points here in the second half. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. The kick out to Rose. Gasol a screen. Young outside. Clock at 6. And he makes good on the layup. Young's got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Bulls.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And, Greg, I don't think we can overstate how significant that was for them today. I mean, beating a conference opponent 3 out of 4 times, that's no easy feat.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Pau Gasol. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Rose gets to Gasol. Rebounded by Hardaway. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
And even that might not be enough.
Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on comeback.
It's stolen by Teague. A pull-up. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pau, congratulations on the win here. How satisfying is this victory for you and the team?
It's satisfying just because we got another great win. And the way we've been playing lately, I think it's just been great. And we just got to keep the momentum going.
Wins help the confidence, Pau. Congratulations. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Clark, Craig, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60%, reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive. You're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for and delivering in some big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.